Latino.
Space Latinos? I can't believe it!
I can't believe it's not butter.
We're back together again after weeks.
I think it's been almost...
It's been a month.
I was just about to say 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I was like 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
For a variety of reasons that we do not need to share with the internet, we are back 4 weeks after the last session. But you know what?
What?
I'm ready to rumble.
Yeah.
Because you are holding your dear friend / cat / soulmate. And you have just escaped the tendrils of the venomous tentacular bushes that chased you through the maze leading back towards the manor. You are there with your friend France, and he is sweating, looking back at the greenhouse, looking over at the both of you, and there is a silence as you fall into silence. As you look out into the backyard of this marshy moor. What do you do?
Marshy moor, Mr. Rochester. I asked John what happened.
John just goes, well, it's funny you ask, Candy. It's like, this whole freaking...
Can I heal him somehow? Can I give him a chocolate frog?
I'm going to advise against it because cats shouldn't have chocolate.
Okay.
And you would know this.
All right.
Erin would be like,
she
have some sugar. No.
Does he need healing?
He looks disheveled, perhaps some scratches, some twigs in his long fur. He looks thin. He looks desperately like he wants to be clinging to you. Like, I have found you.
We are clinging. The thinness is weird. Like, the whole thing of what is this wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey nonsense going on? Like, are we in some sort of weird time space? Because how did he get so thin? We've only been gone like a day, right?
You have been gone, you don't really know what the exact time is at the moment, but you left school and the dongs overhead coming from the house rang 12 o'clock noon.
Can I, like, lore check to find out what the hell happened to him? Or...
I'm sorry, can you say again?
Can I lore check to find out what happened to him, perhaps?
You may do a magizoology check to do a animal professional check to see if you can deduce what has happened to your friend.
3.
You are so emotional at this moment that even with your +6 to that check, you can only assume that he has been traveling for quite some time and has been exhausted. But beyond that, you don't really care because you are distressed by his state.
Okay. Do you have any food I could feed him, Gregory? I don't have anything other than birdie bots and chocolate, which you can have chocolate.
I am checking my extremely long list of ingredients.
I know, I'm sorry, but I'm distraught!
Gregory's literally going like...
I was
This is like, just going through my entire inventory.
It's a CVS receipt.
I like that joke. That's a funny joke. That makes me smile.
Thank you. Good. Happy birthday. It's Jeff's birthday recording.
I could...
Oh yes, it is Jeff's birthday, which means there may or may not be a surprise midway through this session.
Well, now it's not going to be a surprise.
You have no idea what I have planned, if anything.
Oh.
Who are you?
I can feed John some Kneasel hair.
Okay. Disturbing things are coming to mind. Let's not and say we did.
I have passion fruit.
Do I know if he can have that?
I don't know. Can you?
I love that so much.
Well, let's offer it to him.
I hold out some passion fruits and slice it in half with the small knife.
You have a knife?
I have a knife, a small knife from my alchemy set.
The lid.
And I hold it out. Yes. I hold it out to John.
Thank you.
Yes.
I also augmenty water in his mouth. If he wants that. So.
All right, you create a small stream of water. He happily laps that up, cautiously sniffs the fruit, and maybe nibbles a little bit, but is disinterested by that and more interested in the water.
Okay.
Lemon tea. Poor baby.
However, Franz pipes up and says he's actually holding a hand to his stomach. He's like, actually, some food might be some good. I'm sure there might be a kitchen in there.
Would you like some passion fruit?
Sure.
Yeah. I will. I will eat the other half of the passion fruit. I'm sure that would be beneficial.
To all who eat the passion fruit, roll a d4.
Oh, I think I'll have some too. There's another.
4.
You heal for 4 HP.
2.
Do you eat the invisible other half of the passion fruit?
Okay.
I did not slice it in thirds, unfortunately.
Sorry. All right.
Actually, Franz will break part of it off for you. You heal too. There you go.
Well,
That's
Franz is
very
such a
nice.
nice person.
It also makes sense because he rolled a 1, so it makes sense numerically.
Got it.
There we are.
I have been thinking about things.
That makes sense because you guys will have been I imagine you guys will have been out here resting for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So rumination is totally fine. Your show.
I've been ruminating on the possibilities of this manor and why Seymour has access to this manor, assuming that it's Seymour. Because they left 3 Seymour serums, so I'm only assuming it's Seymour. And what significance the greenhouse has. And I gotta be honest, I wanted to investigate the greenhouse more, but we were attacked. So I didn't have a whole lot of time.
It does occur to you that most likely the rattling at the back door that you guys heard and both agreed, let's not mess with that, was likely John rattling at the door.
No.
It's good to know. But we can't really go back to the greenhouse because I don't want to mess with whatever, for lack of a better word, enchantment or hex that was put on the greenhouse, I imagine, because of the vines. Don't want to risk that again. So I think only thinking about possibilities is probably the safest thing to do, and we can probably investigate the manor more. But
I quite agree, old bean.
I'm very. I have some questions for Seymour when I go back to school.
Yeah. As do I.
You say old bean, but Jeff does not look a day over 21.
Oh, thank you. I'm actually 33 though, which is a third of a century. And
Divisible by 11.
I do actually feel rather old today.
Do you?
Yes. I managed to get away with working 99% of my shift at Dutch today without anyone knowing it was my birthday. And then someone came in for the next shift and was like, "Happy birthday, Jeff." And I was all like, no, don't like this.
Like light being shown to a vampire.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry about the balloon and the cod and the eventual tea.
Oh, no, this is great.
Cameron did give direction as to what to do, but if you actually want to wait for her presence, that's fine, but she just told me what to do. What do you want to do?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do this tea.
Is Tivana still a thing?
Tivana?
Tiavana was bought out by Starbucks, and then they closed all stores.
Oh.
Well,
I used to really like that place.
you know, tea is good and all, but tea, I don't know. I don't think it's as popular in America as it is other places.
Oh, I think you're right about that. It's a shame. Really?
It is a damn shame.
It's a shame. Pushy Americans. Always showing up late to every war.
Oh, this tea doesn't have enough caffeine.
Oversexed. Overpaid, and all they're over here. Would you look at that birthday goblet? Did you put your name into the goblet of fire?
Just put your name in it.
My Michael Gambon impressions at maximum.
Also,
Ooh,
here
Hufflepuff.
is sugar-free shortbread made with Irish butter. If you want it, there's no sugar on it or in it at all. It's monk fruit. So, if you want it, there it is. No pressure.
But it's Hufflepuff.
Because last time you were here, you bemoaned about sugar. And I know about your stomach. So,
This is
My stomach likes
very
monk fruit.
tantalizing.
the goblets?
All of it.
All of it?
The goblets, the presentation, the green tea. This is very nice.
I'm very
Thank you.
glad. Don't thank me for the tea, though. That is all my wife.
Who's the Hufflepuff in the family?
That was gifted to me by my mother-in-law. The only Hufflepuff in our family is Aiden.
I was thinking.
Yes. We actually conveniently have one of each house in this household.
What is Luke?
Slytherin.
Oh, okay.
Though next birthday he will take the test and we'll find out because he'll be 11 next year. Or in August.
And you and Cameron, are you guys Ravenclaws or are you
I'm
guys
Gryffindor, she's a
Gryffindors?
Ravenclaw.
Okay, because I could see you going either way there. Fiery spirits.
Fire spirits. Yar.
Do you know what I am?
A Slytherin.
You're not a Slytherin. You're like a... You said something like you're a Hufflepuff with Slytherin tendencies, something like that, or Ravenclaw with Slytherin tendencies.
Oh yeah.
I'm a Gryffindor with Slytherin tendencies.
There we go.
I'm a Gryffindor with Hufflepuff tendencies.
It's mostly the ambition. But aside from that,
Oh, that's good.
I do fancy myself Gryffindor.
Yeah, man.
So good. That is very good.
Thank you. It's Irish butter, so that helps. I probably should have put more butter in, but, I was trying something new with the monk fruit, so I didn't quite know. I just kept all ratios the same. But now I know for next time. And it's a good thing you have drinks. I know it's dry. So.
In the best way. Oh, it's so good. It's like a better version of shortbread.
It's Irish shortbread.
That's why.
It tastes like
My-
Jacksepticeye.
My 18% Irish pride. That's why.
Yeah, that's
Said
why. That's why.
Ancestry.com.
Shortbread. No, it's tall bread.
Len O'Reilly. On the great grandmom's side.
Jacksepticeye is an absolute treasure. Jacksepticeye is a treasure.
Oh, I heard Decepticons and was like, I don't know.
Jack
They're not a
Decepticons.
treasure.
Jacksepticons.
They're also a treasure, especially when they roll out. Alright, so Franz, though, is still hungry after his slice of passion fruit, and so is interested in going back in to look for actual food. But beyond that, he is totally fine letting you guys lead, because he seems mentally busy.
I'm sure. John is wrapped around me like a mink stole.
Yes. And he's thickly purring.
Oh, baby. And that's probably where my mind is, too. So,
I would say this is probably the one time that I'm most resilient of the idea of, or resistant of going into a kitchen. I want to get out of the situation that we're in.
can't do that without
And I
a
kindly
little energy, though.
tell Franz. I tell everyone, I guess. But it's not like I just turn my back and just only talk to Franz. That'd be really funny.
Oh my god.
Hey, doll.
Say, I don't
Superstar.
want to stall and go into a kitchen and cook.
But you're so
But if
good at
I'm
it.
outvoted, I will be open to that.
Oh no, we're putting Erin into the deciding factor.
Yep.
Oh, she's John focused right now. She wants to get him food. So,
Kitchen it is.
and believes that if we're going to get out of this, we need to keep our energy up and we need to eat something.
That is fine.
As quickly as possible, probably.
Kitchen it
Sorry.
is.
You guys know that you've explored through the east, or through the west wing, the west side of the house, and using that map as a venture, you can guess, therefore, that somewhere on the right side is the kitchen.
Have you seen where the kitchen was when you went on your solo mission?
I don't believe so. I don't believe I got that far.
You explored most of the upper level anyway.
And the kitchen is on the bottom floor. But where is the question?
East side, probably, where we haven't been.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Are you ready, kids?
I can't hear you!
Swab the poke deck! That's
Aaron, please lead the way.
Captain!
Ah.
Go.
Alright.
Point to a room, and I will guide you on your way. Okay. You guys go up the rightmost stairway leading back into the manor. You are in a hallway in which you know that if you were to effectively go right, you would re-enter the very large room with the wall of windows that you used to go and see out at the maze to begin the whole venture out to the greenhouse. But you skip past that room and are ebbing down straight south and are now going to be straddling between these two unexplored rooms. You are effectively in a hallway with several options. One northern room and one southern.
I do a quick glance to see if I can tell which one's the kitchen. Assuming one of them is the kitchen.
Give me a cunning check, please. All doors are closed.
I'm smelling for the kitchen.
12.
You pull back a sort of veil, some sort of tapestry that is strangely covering up the door on the right. You pull it back and you see that conveniently it is labeled Kitchen.
I beckon to the kitchen entrance. And I let them go in first.
Jenny, I'm going to imagine that your character goes in first because you were just so anxious to get something for your kitty cat. You open the door, and you see counters. You see a stove over yonder. You see areas for which people can prep food and shop and wash and cook properly. It looks like a very ornate, older style kitchen. And the power seems to be out. There's no candles lit, but there is some dim light coming through the windows on your left side. And you're like, oh, thank God there is food. Let's find a fridge. And you take a step inside. But before you can really venture forward, there's movement inside this room.
Uh-oh. Lumos. Whoa.
Yeah?
19.
Cool things. Uh-oh.
All the
Yeah, it started
things.
really spinning really fast on its head right here. It was cool.
And from the floor rise, you count them 6 little bodies that all rise up to no taller than 3 feet, 1 meter, no larger than 1 meter. And they all point their pointed noses toward you. Give me cunning checks.
Oh god. 2 plus 1. 3.
11.
You can both make a guess that somehow, in some way, these are house elves.
They've been Smeagolified. Once they were house elves. No, I don't know. Do I know what they are?
Well, this battle music is playing in the background right now, so you're guessing... No, give me one more metazoology specific check.
5
5 plus 6 is 11.
11.
You know pretty confidently that they are house elves, but there is something distinctly wrong with them as they are lumbering towards you. They look broken.
Ew.
like marionettes with cut strings.
Ah, perhaps they've been imperious.
However, their flesh seems to be charcoal black. Their pillowcases and loincloths and whatnot are either tethered or completely missing.
Gross. Alright.
Are they actually burned, or is that just the color?
You can't tell.
Well, that's disgusting.
I announce to the house elves that we're students of Hogwarts.
Students.
Not what I wanted to hear.
No, it sounds like those things in the hallway from the last.
And it was all 6 house elves speaking together.
Man, I wish I had a sweeping effect. Well,
Might I go?
yes, go for it.
You may.
I'm going to cast Incendio
Oh, no.
right above them
Oh, alright.
and intimidate. I'm going to yell, "Leave now!"
Well, forever hold your peace.
I believe 1 through 4 does not work for me. That is correct. That does not work. I held my wand out and attempted to cast Incendio, and I say, "Leave now!"
I will say that your swish and flick, as it were successful, but your willpower is questionable because you're in this really strange situation. You see a flame spark at the end of your wand, and it fizzles into nothing before it can actually extend beyond the wood.
Okay.
Franz just rolled a successful cunning check of 15, and he is able to say, "Look at their chests. They're open. They're dead."
That's really, really gross.
Very unfortunate.
But since they're dead, I'm going to destroy them.
By all means.
I cast Pavilius on which one's closest. 7
And again,
with a 10.
success.
Yes.
Damage.
Damage. Quel dommage. That's 15.
You obliterate the first one that is closest to you, and quite literally the gore that explodes past the point where it was standing is disgusting as part of it plops straight down and part of it goes sideways.
Ooh, just land on me.
Franz will cast Defendo. That's a natural crit.
Nice.
And with that, 6 plus 8 of 14, he will decapitate the next one in line, and it will just fall slumped to the ground. There are 4 left. Their turns, however. Two of them make it within battle range of you guys. Jenny, you take 5 damage.
Ooh!
And Franz takes 3.
Ouch, Charlie!
Jeffrey, your turn.
I have things on my belt now, guys.
Oh,
I remembered.
What? That's grand.
I put Chocolate Frog and Bertie Bott's on my belt. Last session after that bad thing. What did I do?
I shuffle the rifle off of my belt slot and aim it at the one attacking Aaron and fire.
Point blank.
Oh yeah,
Alright. You're going to roll me a disadvantage because it's the first time you're shooting a gun.
that's fine.
Using the
Bam.
gun.
10, 17, so 10 plus dex
Yes.
would be 5, so 15 total.
Okay. Did I give you a point total for this weapon?
For damage?
I think I did.
Yes, you did. It's 2d12 plus 1d12 bleed.
Give me that.
Are there any bonuses, or is it just a flat roll?
It'll be a cone damage. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
He's like, there's people. There's people.
That was 18 plus 3 bleed.
You are able to shoot so successfully that you just destroy one right in front of you, and it connects to the one behind it, knocking it down and knocking out of complete commission. There's 2 standing. It is significant reload time for that thing, so you're aware.
Oh, yeah.
Any minor action?
I'm gonna look at the rifle and put it on the counter.
Jenny, your turn.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay.
There are 2 more edging towards your right.
Oh, Lord. Well, I'm gonna just, aguamenti one of them. Aguamenti! 15! 8!
Both success.
A 9 damage.
Okay. You push a geyser of water through the cavity that once held its heart and shoot it through.
Oh.
And it's knocked down.
Oof. Didn't do
And as each of these are knocked down, by the way, they do not rise back up.
Oh, okay. It's a little creepy. A little creepy.
Franz casts Reducto, rather weak this time, and it bursts through the thing's shoulder and it drops an arm, but it's still coming. Do you use Roll20 or D&D Beyond for 5e?
Do I roll what now? I'm so sorry.
Do you use D&D Beyond for Roll20?
Yes.
Isn't it so nice?
D&D Beyond. Oh wait, you're asking. Like I use D&D Beyond for our 5e campaign. But for Roll20, I assume is the on-screen rolling. No.
But you use D&D Beyond, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
D&D Beyond is fantastic. I don't like the idea of clicking on a screen for rolling though.
Oh yeah. Natural rolling is so much better.
Yeah.
The final house elf launches towards Franz and digs its nails into his leg, dealing 3 more damage. It is right on him.
Poor Franz.
And it's your turn.
What the heck, man?
Characteristically, I'm going to bonk him. Just like
Give me melee
with
damage.
the pummel of my wands.
Or give me a melee attack, rather.
8 plus 5 is 13.
That will hit.
Super. Is it a D4 damage? 4.
You have a very disgusting sensation as you shove so hard, you hit so hard with the pommel of your wand, you gush through the top of its skull. Like it's a soggy pumpkin. And it just crumples. Like all of these house elves were completely empty of any organs, muscle, no real substance to them at all. But you know, now that all 6 of them are completely still, they were indeed house elves. And all of them were completely black, as if they had been dug up from the earth. All of them of fairly equal size.
It's disgusting.
And all just here in the kitchen, higgledy-piggledy. Hither. And thither. You all receive 300 XP.
Oof.
I'm giving you a bonus because of how quickly you obliterated through all that. Nice use of the gun.
Thank you. I'm going to cast Ferula on Franz.
Gosh, that was gross. Really appetizing. These all laying everywhere. Makes me hungrier.
Yes. 3 is 4, plus 2 is 6. I heal Franz for 6.
Thank you. He feels his leg feel better, and he's like, Thank you, friend.
And I'm going to throw an episky on Aaron.
No, that's kind of you. Thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Wow. 4 plus, I believe, half magic. Yep. 5.
I heal for 5.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
What's your magic?
2.
Okay. Just making sure that it wasn't odd, because if it's odd, we round up in my game.
Right. And I'm going to take the time to examine the rifle while the others assumedly go for food. I'm going to examine the effects of the shot on the rifle and see what's changed about the rifle after shooting it. And then if I declare that it's, or if I imagine it's safe, then I will try to attempt to reload it.
So Franz will have carried more bullets with him, so you may request another bullet to reload it, because after that one shot it is empty. It is only a single shot at a time.
Right.
Beyond that, from what you can tell, like, it's still functional. It's slightly dirty at the end now because of the explosion. It's just alarming, and your ears definitely are still ringing from the sudden loud explosion. And I imagine he would be still a bit shaken because of how much kick it would have. He's like, that's not a wand. Aaron,
This is a wand.
if you would ignore the bodies and start searching for food for your cat, who did not contribute to the fight whatsoever,
Oh, yeah.
you would find crackers, soup cans, old produce. And then you look in the fridge, and there's fish.
Fishy for fishy boy. Oh, yes. Is it good? Like, still in date?
It looks like it smells fishy, meaning that it's aged, but it looks like it's not rotting. Like there's no flies, no green, no nothing.
I give it to him.
He's such a good boy that he doesn't leap out of your arms to get to it.
Bye-bye.
He kind of paws after it.
Bye, Jesus. Yeah, that's how I talk to my cat at home. So. Bye, Jesus. Oh, yes. Dicey, poor little Dyson could. It was so juicy sweet. I only wish to catch a fish. That was so juicy sweet.
Mom's on a Zoom meeting. Meow!
Meow! Oh, hold on, let me mute.
Okay. You feed your kitty. You are feeling better.
I keep feeling better.
What do you do?
Me?
What do you do?
I'm going to attempt to reload it.
I ate some crackers. I'm
And-
famished.
I want to... What's the spell? When you clean something?
Scourgify.
Thank you. I'd like to scourgify my own wand if that's possible.
A scourgify cleans the
unfortunately, no.
surface of a hard object.
People tend to wax their wands.
No. Turgio.
Oh, you can't
cleans
use
the
scourgify on
surface
your
of
wand at all.
Fragile objects.
I will look for something to clean the end of the wand with.
You need to wax your rod.
There is a sink with running water and towels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I put the assumedly loaded rifle, or prepped rifle, I should say.
Yeah, it's fully prepped.
Yeah.
Safety
back
zone.
in my belt slot, so whatever
On your
holster or
back.
swing or sling or whatever.
Shoulder holster.
Yeah.
That's hot.
And I imagine that during this time the MP will have regained or regenerated.
I'll allow that. Yeah.
Sorry.
Give me a
Since-
cunning check, all of you.
Okay.
MP restored by 1 or by whole?
It's back up to full because you guys took some time to feed John, reload the gun, catch your breath, wash a wand.
15 for my cunning.
Excellent.
Cunning check, please, darling.
Sorry.
Catch your breath.
Swallowed it wrong.
Stiff up a lip.
11.
You guys are starting to notice
Something.
a monotony in the atmosphere here. Something is starting to annoy you, and you can't quite put your finger on it. And it occurred right when you heard another door open and then creak close.
Oh, like just then.
Yes.
So everything was fine and dandy, and we're recuperating from the last fight. We're being fed, we're loading up, and then we hear a door open, creak, and close shut, and now we all feel
Slightly annoyed.
Deja vu?
You're close.
Have we been here before? Have we been here in dreams?
Did we go back in time?
Did we go forward in time? Did we
Give me another
go
one
to
with
another
that
dimension?
additional sound. Thank you, soundtrack.
7. A combination of 5 and 9 divided by 2.
3.
Jenny?
2.
Both of you are just like, meh, let's just go.
Yeah, we're annoyed.
That you're starting to not be as observant. You're like, whatever. Where do you head next, guys? From the kitchen,
I forgot to examine the room to the north.
You have not gone north, and also through the kitchens, you can find a network of other rooms.
Should I label that as
You're
kitchen?
in here, by the way. If you want to, you can head right here and go into these areas.
So this is kitchen right here?
Correct. You are right there. If you want to label it, you can.
I'm going
It's
to.
your map.
I want to poke my head through the north door, because I meant to examine both rooms before going into the kitchen, so I want to see what's in the north room.
As you peek through,
The north room
you
of this.
see something very peculiar. You see a long dining room table, and from this perspective, it's horizontal to you. It's perpendicular to you.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you're looking at it, just beyond it is a nice grand piano, and you're like, "That's nice." But also, as soon as you see this room, and you're like, "Dining room," and your thought registers dining room, the table explodes. Like, literally, like, boom. And then freezes.
What?
And then returns to form. And then boom. And then reestablishes
Are we
as a
in
table.
danger with the booms?
No. And the first time you think so,
No, of
because there's a
course.
huge chunk and a chair coming right at you, and then it stops in midair. And then it's like, and returns back to the way it was. And it just repeats this cycle
What the fuck is this?
over and over infinitely.
What in the actual hell?
Give me a magic check.
Yeah.
You are alone in this room.
Oh, I didn't follow you.
You didn't tell me.
Oh. Can I follow him now?
8 plus 2 is 10.
Sure.
I imagine that after the first explosion, I go, ah!
Yeah,
So-
that's fair. So,
So 10 on a magic
the
check.
magical energy you can't pick up on besides any sort of just like suspicion. But what you see in the atmosphere after, like, I'll say the third or fourth cycle, you start to notice that there's a coloration in the air. That it's mostly blue with some ebbing towards purple, some white. And it's like a very pale blue. And it's an energetic veil. Not veil, that means like there's a barrier. There's an energetic
Field?
field all over this room. And it's not like penetrating you, it's not like hurting you, it's just you're seeing it like a mist in the air. And this is the only room you've seen it in.
And it's just the table that's exploding, the grand piano is doing nothing?
Nope. Nothing else.
Am I
Just the table that's then affecting the chairs around it.
I'm gonna see if I can, like, I want to get to the edge of the explosion radius where everything stops. I'm gonna try and touch it as it stops and
Okay.
see if I can, like, make contact with the explosion.
Okay.
Am I in the room now?
Yes, you are there. And Franz is seeing this too. And as he sees you approach, I imagine... Give me a cunning check, just to make... Actually, dex check to make sure that you're doing this okay. Sure.
3 plus 5 is 8.
Okay. You somewhat recklessly approach. You're like, I know how far I know how far to step, and you actually get bonked with the coming chair,
Oh.
and you take 2 damage.
Oh,
You're
okay,
like,
so,
shit.
so this is actually a dangerous explosion. And
However,
corporeal,
so
or whatever.
you get bonked, and then it returns to form. What do you do then?
Oh, I step back so I don't get bonked again.
Don't get bonked.
I go, ow.
No
Oh,
horny.
and I step
Bonk, bonk. No horny.
Okay, so stand away from the explosion, you guys. Obviously, I'm an idiot.
What were you trying to accomplish?
I was seeing if it was, like, tangible.
Can I magic check it?
Sure.
9.
You will see the same coloration in the air, but not be able to deduce any source of what this magic is. I'll give Franz a chance, because why not?
Yes, Franz. Franz and Franz.
Exact same general area as you guys.
Wow.
5 plus 5 for 10. He's like, did you guys see the color?
Yes, Franz.
Oh, sorry.
They're pretty.
I'm going to explore the rest of the room while staying out of range of the explosion.
Me too.
So curious as to why this is happening. I have to know.
Both of you give me dex checks.
Okay.
14 plus 6. Ah, it's an unnatural 20, my son.
I also got an unnatural 20.
Nice. Franz will actually stay where he is. As you guys are you're now very aware of how far you can walk around it, but without getting hit. And you make, I'll say you go left, she goes right.
Sure.
And you kind of meet in the middle. And you don't see anything strange going around the perimeter, and you both kind of meet at the piano. And just beyond the piano is a wall of windows that you can see. Oh, look, there's the maze again. Fuck you, maze.
Yeah.
Look, I'm on the piano.
The piano is unblemished.
No.
There is no sheet music. It's covered and closed. There's nobody playing. There's no scratches, no dust, no nothing.
Not even dust? That's weird.
Good catch. Thank you. I love you.
Oh.
There's no dust.
Is it tuned?
Do you want to open it?
Plunk it.
Sure. Not that Aaron would know. I open it.
You open it.
Oh my good god, that was terrifying.
That was so perfect.
Yeah. Open it.
You open the piano and you hear a child laughing. Whew. That doesn't actually happen in game, sorry. That does, though. You start to hear the piano play on its own. And the keys slowly actually are moving.
What in the haunted mansion is
Like a
this?
player piano kind of
Yes.
deal where it's playing itself. Interesting.
Do you touch it?
More than trouble. No. Do you want to touch it?
Not particularly. I'm just curious as to why this brand new looking grand piano is sitting here.
As you watch it, it eventually slows and stops playing.
I announce that it's not dusty like everything else. Just to make sure everyone knows.
It stopped exploding.
It's really weird. I don't
Ah.
understand.
And you look over, and sure enough, it has stopped exploding.
Do I recognize the tune that it played?
No.
Is,
Because I'm sorry, Jeff, but you are not the character.
Do I?
do
You guys can give me true checks.
Uncultured farm girl. Okay. Cultured swine. 9.
6.
It's the Reigns of Castamere.
What? No, it isn't.
It's not.
I thought that was your way of saying the song's unimportant or something. You know.
Pretty much. The song is just a song.
It's chopsticks.
That would actually be really creepy with like the baby crying. And
The song
like-
is...
but it's like-
Da-na-na-na.
it's like slow, so it's like. Blum, 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 blum. Blum, 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 blum. That'd be really creepy. Stop exploding. Close up the piano and see if it starts exploding again. I'm just so curious.
I close the piano gently. Gently.
A different song starts playing. And there's a ripple through the air that, like, casts from the piano to the table. And it shakes through the wood. And it starts exploding again.
What in the Lavender Tower is going on here?
Was that... So it just started playing a different song?
I just changed the music for theme.
No, I'm just saying, like... Because you said it slowed down and stopped playing, and then it started playing again, and it started exploding again?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I am so befuddled.
Give me
And
another...
I really wish that I had my old Harry Potter character in here by the name of Perry Potter.
Excuse me.
To cast like all the Secret Revelio stuff or something.
No, I don't have.
But I don't have any of that stuff.
Give me a magic check again, guys.
18.
Ooh.
That's good. Not one.
You can tell, not because you know for sure what this is, Jenny, because you've never cast a spell that does this, but due to the inconclusiveness, you dig deeper into this feeling.
Dig a little deeper.
That's in this air. It's in this air. It's in the room. This air that you're breathing, the air that you're feeling. There feels like a void in the magical energy here. And I mean to say that you being a witch, you are aware that there is magic everywhere. In you, in your wand, in your friends, in your cat, everywhere. And in this room, it's like the first time as if magic has been cut off from you. Not entirely, like you can still cast, but it's like you're on the precipice of a cliff. And yet there's no cliff here.
Can I tell if there's any point where, like, it seems to start and stop, that feeling?
At this middle of the table.
Can I touch that point?
Not without heavily endangering yourself.
Oh. Can I cast something at that point?
But with that in mind, give me a cunning check, and only you, to see if you notice something.
8 + 1 is 9.
You cannot make something out because the light that emanates from the explosion, and yes, there is actually a light, is so fast, it's like you're missing something in that flash.
Topped.
And that, I'm sorry to say, will probably be the end of your checks for this room.
Okay. This is really weird, man.
I'm gonna examine like all up in and around and underneath the piano.
The piano?
That seems, for anything, it seems out of place.
Give me a cunning check.
I just feel so, I don't know, like 6. I feel so not connected, but I'm so fascinated by this piano and why it's new and everything else is dusty. Like there has to be some reason why this new thing was brought in, or some reason why someone felt the need to like scourgify it and like make it seem new again, at least.
The only thing that you notice is the date at which it was made. And it was made about 100 years ago. So it is not new. It's actually an older model, but it has been well kept.
Ugh. I'm going to sit down at the piano bench and try to recreate the first song.
Give me a willpower check.
7 + 6 is 13.
You are able to roughly guess. And it seems to affect the explosions by slowing them down, or like they're stuttering in the process.
So the notes are like affecting this explosion. It's so bizarre. There's so many questions I have about like the field, like.
Meta moment. Has Tommy ever left a story bit unanswered?
Oh, never. Never would he ever dream of such a thing.
Don't throw your phone. It's a nice phone.
It's not a nice phone. It's actually an S7. It's ages old.
Just ends up in my wall.
It's still
Okay,
a
well.
nice phone.
True.
Could be a block of wood.
Children in China have a way better phone.
It's probably true. My head hurts. I'm gonna stand up from the piano bench, close it, shrug, and go around the table to not get hit by the explosion and leave this stupid room.
So I just looked at my notes. I forgot to have you do one more cunning check, and all four of you. There's a fourth person here. All
John.
3 of you can do it.
Yeah, John.
And he matches the whole time.
Good.
Ooh. 16.
Ooh.
I got 16 as well.
So did
Lucky
I.
number.
That's amazing.
What?
Yeah.
That's
So
incredible.
16 plus 1 is 17. 16 plus something for you is over. Yeah. And how much is yours?
Just 16.
16. Okay. It'd be boring if you didn't get it. So all of you notice as you are starting to leave this room. There's no threat, but you start to notice the paintings on the wall, because there are paintings. And you start to notice that they are all oil paintings of people. And the people depicted are older, like they are of a prior generation of this family house. And you notice...
Are they like in order?
No, they're not. It's not like a puzzle. They're just people. And you don't recognize any of them. And there's no like name brackets or anything. They're all Caucasian, light blonde hair, or gray. And it's just an observation that you make on your way out.
Oh, we don't want to talk to them or anything? They try to talk to us?
They don't move.
What?
Muggle paintings.
What? Well, I kind of wanted to blast that table right in that secret spot, but I think that'd be a waste of time.
They're Muggle paintings. This is clearly a magical house.
Maybe they
There's
steal
Muggle
things
paintings.
from Muggles.
I took Muggle studies. That's a Muggle painting. They're not moving. This is weird. It's literally a magical exploding
Maybe,
table and a player
yeah.
piano.
They
That's not
steal-
really a player
they-
piano. It's a
they,
grand piano that can play itself. And someone
Murder
casts a spell on it,
Muggles
and there's Muggle
They
paintings.
steal their stuff after they murder them.
What's that?
They steal Muggles' stuff after they murder the Muggles.
You know,
Put it on the
I wouldn't
wall.
put it past the Canes. They're in Azkaban. Sorry, that was really, really dark of me. That's gonna sound great on the recording.
I know, there's a weird sound on the last recording. Like, what the fuck is this thing I'm doing?
Yeah, it could be anything.
God.
Why are the Muggle paintings? Are they looking at anything?
They're
in
looking
particular?
straight on as if they are being painted right now.
Is there anything on the ceiling?
There is a chandelier that is being affected by the explosion, but then gets fixed a second.
What
or so
else
later.
is in this room? Because
Paintings.
I'm now aware of paintings and a chandelier.
Some armoires with bowls, with empty bowls on them. Looks like robe hangers, windows. I will be meta here and say there is nothing else to explore in this room.
Okay. For the sake of time, that's really bizarre. I don't recognize any of them,
No, you did not.
but they're prior Kane generation people, assumedly so.
Um,
Or
I don't feel like this would be meta to say because you guys. It's been a month, and so you guys may have forgotten. Briar's darker skinned.
right.
These people are Caucasian.
Yeah, the previous generations could have let in.
See, they
That is
stole
very
it.
fair.
This isn't their house.
Okay, yeah, the Canes could have taken it.
It's Howl's Moving Castle.
That's actually a very, very useful piece of information.
Yes.
The
Canes-
moving castle.
The Canes, no, the Canes took this manor from another well-off Caucasian family. Like it was a Caucasian estate, and the Canes took it over, or maybe it
They're all blonde.
belonged to
Maybe they were
Seymour's
Nazis.
family and his generations, and the Canes just used it temporarily. I don't like
Yeah, this is weird, man.
having to think so much.
Yeah, you
Because
think
it doesn't
between,
provide for very good content.
two of us are
As I say that directly at the microphone for some
combined
reason.
would figure it out.
Yeah, Hot Ankles Hermes. Have you ever exposed who you are?
It's kind of a cool name, I suppose.
Hot Ankles Hermes? Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, it's Hermes.
Hello?
It's fast. Yes.
So-
Hot ankles.
Just to help guide you,
There are other rooms.
You are here.
Yes.
You are now back in this hallway, pissed off that there's nothing.
Yeah.
You have not gone through this little hallway in this southern area, and you have not gone into this little closet here. And these staircases right in the middle.
Let's go in the closet.
Go upstairs.
We can examine the closet real quick before we check out the southern area behind the violet veil.
The southern area.
All right. Both of you give me magic checks.
11.
4.
He grabs the hoods of both of your Hogwarts robes. Franz does, as you guys are about to open the closet door, and says, "There's something behind there."
Oh, thanks, Franz. Did you do a
Can you not feel it?
traps? Oh, Spidey senses tingling, Franz?
Cannot feel it. Oh, there's a magical presence. I was not able to feel it.
I was not either. What's going on?
He's scratching his head. I know there's something behind that.
Did you care to open it?
No. How do I know that?
Is it a good something?
No.
Or, is it an indifferent something? Or,
No.
This is bothering me.
It's indifferent if we leave it alone.
okay, then let's leave it alone.
We have clearly been here before or have been fed memories of being here before.
In our dreams.
This prophecy that you received, not prophecy, the tarot card reading that you received from Professor Charlotte before coming here.
Yeah, it was pretty descriptive.
Was it reading something that you had already done?
No, it was future events. It said, well,
But how could it have been your future if it feels like we've already been here? Tommy asks, knowing the answer. Do you want more tea?
I didn't realize there was more. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
Bless you.
Bless you. How could it be the future if it feels like we're... so clearly we had to have been fed someone else's memories somehow. It's the only thing that makes sense in my mind.
By the way, this will be a nice little thing to symbolize that John is coming back to himself. To help augment
Thank you.
the fear of... help augment that you guys shouldn't go in that room, John starts hissing at the door.
Is he getting all puffy?
Yes.
Well, fuck that room then.
He will hop down now
Maybe.
and actually start hissing under the crack at the door.
What a good boy.
He's just chilling right next to
Good boy.
Hilarious.
But we're not going to go in there, okay? Don't worry about it. Already my accent.
Alright.
We're not going in there, okay?
We leave the closet
Don't worry about
unchecked.
it.
That's fine. I'm okay with
Don't
that.
worry about it.
I'm just bothered by the
It's
fact that
not
my
going
memories have been tampered
to
with.
come
Because
into
I'm
the closet.
convinced that they have now.
You guys receive 250 XP.
It's not going to come out of the closet today.
I have 9,025.
I meta want to tell you guys what's in the closet. But I will
Don't.
not. I will not.
It will be one of the unanswered things.
No, I must know at some point.
I'll tell you at some point.
Okay. Better promise.
It's actually... It is actually a... This is the right way to word this. Curiosity is the bane of a lot of D&D parties.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You could... Like, the DM could literally... Like, not exactly tell them, but give them every reason to believe that there is a fully matured, hostile gold dragon in a room, and the party is still going to want to go into the room.
I know.
You know what
I know
mean?
exactly what you're talking about.
Like, it's just
Yeah.
like the party's like, well, I'm gonna make sure, and then they die. Like, that is a very real thing.
Indeed.
About D&D is that the players always want to explore every room, even if it's dangerous. From my experience.
Do you guys want to go effectively
South,
down into
yes.
that area
Yes.
that is being protected by the violet veils?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So effectively, for audio's sake, you head back into the kitchen, head right, and you see sort of a resting area for the house elves. You see cots. You see a small table. You see empty teacups. You see dishes. You see trash in here. Like they've been trying to clean, but also can't quite keep up with the cleaning. Yes?
Were there 6 cots?
There were only 2.
Okay.
And you remember that Urt and Bernie were the only 2 house elves that you've seen alive in here.
Whatever happened to those guys?
Yeah.
They done buggered off.
Bernie?
To the right, you see that there is actually a small resting area. Like either there's like foot lockers and there's like a small shower and a toilet and a sink in there for the house elves. And then to the left, I imagine you're heading south here.
Yes.
To the left, you see kind of a small, what's it called? A cellar is down below, but like there are shelvings for different wine bottles here. But all of them are empty. And
Well,
then
clearly Jenny's been here.
on your right, you see another violet veil shimmering. And you know now, mapping it in your head, and of course the map's right there, that you have successfully made it around whatever the house elves were trying to keep protected.
Quick question. I test the veil with the back of my hand to see if it repels me the same way that it repels me on the other side.
It does.
Okay. Because I was curious if it was going to, like, pull me through or something.
No. As you turn left to a glass door, you see an office just beyond.
It's like one of those, like
Like a home office?
turn handle glass doors, or is it like a sliding glass door?
No, it's a turn handle.
Does that have lots of books? Such
There are some bookshelves. It's a smaller office.
I'm annoyed, so I'm going to play that up a little bit, and I'm just going to walk over to the glass door and open it.
Door's locked.
I'm going to open it.
Door's locked.
I have the...
I use Alohomora.
Thank you.
16.
You see your friend angry, and you just cast a Alohomora at the door, and he opens it for the 3rd time. He's like, yeah, it works.
Okay, come on. Deep breaths.
Or however you want to go.
3rd time's a charm.
Do me, fa mi.
Alright. You now see the remaining parts of the office, and to the left, there is a very nice desk with a cush rolly chair behind it. There's a paper, flat, with a quill on the desk. I can't talk. And behind the desk is a dead, empty, cold fireplace.
Hey. Do we have flu power?
No.
Is there any around?
We gotta find flu powder. This could be our way out.
Accio flu powder. 20.
Unfortunately, none comes to you.
That would have been so dope.
It would have been really dope. However,
Sodding hell.
none come to you.
Sorry, British listeners.
Wicked.
Actually, with a 20, I will say you hear distantly a small thunk somewhere.
That's so much better. I went to try and ascertain the direction of that thunk.
I will elaborate for you.
Okay, that's upstairs somewhere. That is flu powder upstairs.
Oh my lord god. I was up there earlier. 5,000 years ago, it seems.
Yeah, seriously. Could you imagine if this was like real time? It just been in this matter for like 4 weeks.
Events occur in real time. On the day of the president.
I will say, though, with that in mind, you guys look out the window, and you will see the sun is very low in the sky. It is also surprising you just how dark it is. You're not quite sure what time it is, but you imagine some hours have passed with all, like, the conversations, the fighting, the sneaking, all that. But it doesn't feel like it should be that late for how dark it is outside. Sun's still up, but it's low.
So we feel like time is passing faster than normal?
It sort of feels like that.
The time is just slipping away from us. We must go deeper. Actually, that's the other way around. Anyway, Inception's a fun movie.
Visually pleasant.
I'll examine some of the drawers and shelves and just see if there's anything notable or of use. I'm gonna save the paper and the quill for last.
I want to see what's on that paper.
You open the drawers on the right side of the desk. You open it, and it's a pad of paper, and the drawer above that, you find a amulet of a coarse, large linked necklace, and the amulet itself, there's a simple like cross, not like a Christian cross, but like a even. What am I trying to say?
Upside
It's like
down.
a plus sign, but more ornate.
Oh, okay.
With like spiky ends, and like they kind of curve in on themselves.
Like an iron
and
cross?
And at the heart of the crest is a bright, purified green stone.
Fabulous. That's beautiful.
Is it cursed?
The links are silver.
They look maroon.
Curse check.
Yeah, I don't want to touch or anything, but I
call.
definitely do want to do a magic check on it.
Good call.
You guys are aware that there are ways to check for dark magic spells. You have never learned them, but you can try, always.
Reveal your secret.
Yep. You hear a distant other character you'll play one day saying, Rebellion.
I do a magic check on it to see if there's any nefarious magics upon it, or if it's magical at all, or if it's just ornate. 19 plus 2, 21. Fantastic.
You are very sure there is nothing hiding nefarious in the links of this pendant at all.
Do I feel magic coming from it?
Yes. But it's nothing like, you touch it, you're going to die.
Yeah. I pick it up with my wand tip, and I slide it into the pouch.
It is done.
It is done.
No. Damn it, Snoop Dogg.
I'm gonna label it as Greenstone Silver Cross.
Call it the Jade Amulet, please.
Okay.
That will help me keep track.
Beautiful. Jade Amulet.
It is starting to rain outside.
Cool.
I'll stop that now.
Aaron, would you like to do the honors of reading whatever's on?
Yes,
the
I
parchment?
would. She would. She really, really would.
What on?
Sorry.
Give me a cunning check, please.
This sounds familiar.
That's right.
11.
11 plus 1.
Yes.
You're 12. You know, because you are looking at it, that the parchment has faded. The ink is lighter, making it very difficult to read most of the body of what is written. You can't quite tell if it's meant to be a letter, meant to be a declaration, if it's a journal entry, or what. But it is addressed the head of house. Time is running short. We must find the heir.
Beware.
The Jade Wizard's wand is up. The house must close. Bloody Canes.
Uh-oh.
And the signature is large and ornate, and that is the darkest point.
John Hancock Donald Trump. You know, that doesn't sound good about this house. I'll just say that.
That's nothing to worry about.
I mean, what if it closes and we're in it when it closes?
Well, then we should get the hell out of here. Also, it was closed already when we first got here. And we, opened it.
It could mean something else.
Good. But the elves seemed very particular with the verbiage, specifically of, it's open versus closed. Like Master told us to keep it closed.
Wait,
Wow.
shut. Okay.
So I think we reopened it. Like a bunch of buffoons. So that's how I'm interpreting this letter.
Okay.
I think we reopened something that should have remained closed.
No harm ever came from reading a book.
Franz, what do you think about this?
He says aloud, reading over Aaron's shoulder, "We need more time."
I need your advice.
And he looks out the window. We need more time.
Franz, what are you looking at?
I was looking at the letter.
When you looked out the window just now.
That's my pensive face.
Oh, I see. It's hot. What? Oh, who said that?
I have a theory,
Who said that? Ooh.
but I'd rather keep it to myself for now.
Oh, don't do that, because now I just want to know.
No, because it'd be too meta to share.
House is going to close while we're in it, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Let's go find out where that thunk came from. How about that?
The house is yours. Where do you go?
Thunk.
And as you leave the office, the violet veils are still erected.
I definitely want to find the flu powder and get out.
Yep.
And then inform Hogwarts of our findings.
Yep.
And say
You
everything
and me
that
both.
happened that one fateful day after divination.
Do you guys have any theories as to what's going on here?
The Jade Wizard prophecy is happening. Ish.
Nothing concrete. It seems like it's a lot of setup for
Something big.
something potentially that might have already happened. That's my guess. I
Or
think
has
that
it?
my dad's role in the ministry of being able to go hither and thither in time, as you would say, has a lot to do with this. I think it's even possible that my dad was one of the people who has come to the manor. It perhaps could have even been him in the greenhouse and not Seymour, and he just knew of Seymour's serums. That was one thing that I've been kind of playing with in my mind during my quarantine, because it seems like Seymour is working with someone on a bigger scale, such as the ministry.
Or dark wizards.
And you do have the
Meeting with-
3 vials, just to remind
Yes,
you.
yes. Meeting, like, quote unquote, meeting in, Flygon Galley.
Ice cream.
That could have been a show. Or it could have been in a different timeline. I think Seymour and my father have very, very major roles in what's going on. That's all I'm going to say. And I think we need to get the fuck out. We have no business here.
Yep. Yep.
You guys know there are staircases leading upwards at the heart of this floor, but also there's a way up through the library.
Would you care taking the lead because you know where you've been upstairs?
Yes.
So you already know where there isn't flu powder, per se?
Sure. Allow me.
Shuffling paper sound effects.
Now,
So-
where the fuck have I been?
Now, I can guide you a bit. So, you have been through... You started your journey right down here. That's where you were levitated up. You entered here and saw the globe.
Paid attention, Jeffrey.
You ventured
Yeah.
this way into the library and just like, what the hell's this? Then went up. And this is where you heard the non-sexual moaning. And now,
Memories.
past you is probably thinking, oh, that was where the Banshee was hiding.
Right.
Okay? Fuck you.
Ads.
I hate how the ambiance channels are now incorporating ads. Like, that's breaking immersion.
Right.
Why? Like, I don't... Anyway, I'm just bitching. And then you ran all the way... Jenny. You ran all the way through this corridor, made it here,
I did a lot.
saw a name tag that said Enric on this door right here leading into this bedroom, and then jumped out the window here.
Wow, I did a lot.
You did. You moved very fast, but saw somewhat little.
Can I tell where the thunk came from?
Where you guys were down below, effectively below this room here, you heard it straight up above-ish.
Right, I think that might be where we should go.
Yes, absolutely.
Alright, let's go.
So the fastest way there is to go up this staircase, and you are now effectively on the 2nd floor. Congratulations. Take 100 XP.
Fabulous. Was it 100 XP for a change of scenery, or did we accomplish something?
Don't
You
ask.
went upstairs.
Okay.
You completed downstairs.
Got it.
You went through every
Partial
room.
dungeon completion.
Yes.
Guys, we completed downstairs.
We have
Achievement
completed
unlocked.
And it's like an Xbox sheet that like pops up. It's like underwear.
A trophy. Trophies for us PlayStation people.
Sorry, because they always have to have some clever like ooh,
Right.
kind of like name.
You point me where you want to go.
I want to best estimate where the thunk was, and if you were saying that it was like if that room was directly above us from the office, then I say we head straight to that corner.
I agree with you.
Fabulous. Maybe we can roll another nat 20 on an Accio. That'd be super useful.
Oh, should I do that now or wait?
Wait.
You head straight up that middle staircase, go out, you see the globe again, and you through that pit you can see down to the 1st floor.
Cool.
But you ignore it and go straight across and go here. You open the door. Wait, it's locked. Aloha Mora. You open the door.
Sorry.
So anticlimactic.
You see a bedroom.
I was just about to say probably a bedroom.
Is it Briar's?
What you see
I think the Canes were squatting here. I don't think it's actually the Canes manor anymore.
is a bed that has obviously been used. It is kerfuffled. There is indents in the pillows.
Ugh.
To your left, there is a wardrobe that is partially open. To your right, there is a desk. And all over the desk are papers, open books, and several framed pictures.
Of what?
People.
White-haired, blonde-haired people?
Caucasian.
Do you make your way forward and examine?
Yes.
You see a picture
Yes.
of Briar Kane,
Oh.
of Chauncey,
Uh-oh.
of Seymour.
Uh-oh. And of us?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was actually a really genuine reaction. I love that.
That's really creepy!
Of Sean Thornwood. Several other prefects at the school. Observation shows all of the pictures are not posed shots.
Okay, I'm putting this in my robes as evidence. And
So there are
also
roughly 9 pictures.
I don't believe we should be scooping anything up.
Why not? We want to take it back to help maybe convince them that what we're saying isn't a load of tosh.
Someone that you notice is missing is Franz.
Oh no, is Franz a figment of our imaginations? Is this like a...
I
Tommy's
certainly-
already done this twist.
Oh.
I certainly.
Tommy doesn't like to
hope
repeat
not.
twists.
Okay, okay.
The moment I realized Franz is missing, I immediately go, oh, Franz!
Okay, but
Like,
if it's really bothering you, I
He's
will
like-
take him with
He's like
us.
literally behind you, like, what?
No, he means Franz's picture isn't in this pile of pictures.
oh! I thought he meant he was actually missing in person. He's missing in person? Pictures. Got it.
Sorry, I almost spat took.
Oh,
Spatook.
I've been known to make people do that. Or I do it myself. Life's greatest pleasure.
Spit takes.
Making people laugh stupidly over something you said. Alright, well, if it bothers you, I won't. Fine. Alright.
I mean, I guess you could take like one and just say there's more pictures like this. I just don't like the idea of like taking everything. For some reason,
Oh, maybe the
it
Orwers
could
can
be
come...
useful for something
right.
for some
Maybe
good reason.
We're messing with the crime scene and shouldn't do that. They could
Yeah,
come
al-
look at
also
it.
that,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Alright.
Raw, 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 raw.
Accio... Flupara. 10.
What's your magic?
6.
You have 6 magic?
You
Yes.
hear another thunk. It's not in here.
You son of a bitch.
It's still up.
No.
It's louder.
There's a third floor.
But it's easier to hear now. It's actually further away. Like it's still up, but it's more diagonal that direction. So it's more so here.
Is there a third floor?
There's a third floor.
Oh.
This staircase goes upstairs.
All right, let's go upstairs, everyone.
I'm not done with this room.
But we need to get out of here quickly. Remember?
That's true. I'm very curious because I think this room is very telling.
Yeah. Well, it's creeping me out. I don't like it.
Earlier in the campaign. Also, before I forget, I want to make note that for some reason I'm getting Sean Thornwood and Seymour mixed up in my head a lot. Don't know why. I want to clarify if it was Seymour or Sean that met my father in Flygon Galley. I believe it was Sean.
Sean approached your father knowing who he was because his parents talked about your family
That's
stature.
the meeting that I was thinking of. It's not Seymour. So
Seymour you met in the Apothecarian.
Yes. Okay.
The Apothecary, whatever.
So that changes what I was thinking earlier, but I still think they're probably very main component. Not components. Major parts, whatever. So what's going on? I forgot to mention it earlier as well. I was going to start keeping an eye out for anything that's not dusty.
This room is very non-dusty.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Despite the dishevelment of the bed, it seems relatively fresh in here. The air is not stale.
I examine the wardrobe and try to find any clothing and try to match any characteristics of the clothing to anyone that I know in my life.
You find various sizes of the 4 house robes of Hogwarts.
This motherfucker.
Oh, wow. Yeah, someone's been doing the polyjuicy.
And...
Yeah, that's 100% it.
The various Quidditch robes of each house.
No. Been sneaking into the stands to watch footy. I mean, Quidditch.
Could be that,
footy.
or they could be affecting the games.
Now, something non-helpful is that they literally range from very large size, like adult size, down to first year size.
Wish we had a camera.
Who are you, Colin Creevy?
Colin Creevy. My brother Dennis.
I am so
Colin dies.
fascinated.
Oh, I was about to say rest in peace.
So fascinated by all this.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Finally, I'm gonna take control a little bit because I'm honestly trying to take less control of your guys' thoughts, and I apologize genuinely for doing so as a DM. I assume a great deal. At this point, I'm going to say minorly that you guys are whirling a bit because you're breaking through a wall here.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
trying to get a perspective of who is this person? Who is this master?
What the fuck are they doing?
That's in charge here. Is So you're looking around and you notice.
I want to clarify something real quick on that. Whirling, yes.
Excuse me.
Creeped out a little bit.
Oh,
yeah.
Big time for Aaron.
But I don't truly believe it's nefarious yet. It could be good.
Really?
You notice there are no fewer than 3 mirrors in this room as well.
No fewer?
No fewer than 3 mirrors. There's at least 3.
Is there 4?
Not what you can immediately tell, but just there's 3 significant
3
mirrors and different angles.
I don't believe that there's multiple people using this room simultaneously. I think that the mirrors at different angles is just to make sure that their polyjuice potion is 100% successful. Also, if it's polyjuice potion, the person who's using this room very, very well could be Seymour, because he's the potions master.
Give me another cunning check, guys.
3.
9.
No shit.
You guys are so
+1.
focusing on the pictures and maybe the notes on the desk and the wardrobe and the mirrors. You notice then, distantly, that Franz is actually kneeling up against the wall right here. He's leaning up against the wall, and he spots something on the ground and crouches down and rubs something, and then grabs his cherry wood wand and pokes something, and the wall slides open.
Oh, look at you, Franz, you sexy motherfucker.
I rolled a nat 20.
Wow.
So beautiful. I
Once. pat him on the
call
back.
out and say,
Gently.
excellent. Proceed to caution. Like, I don't want you just to just run in there. I'm also very close to being done with this room. I want to propose another theory that Briar Kane could actually be working
No.
with Seymour in some regard.
No.
Like, maybe Seymour is the one who's getting Briar the potions and whatnot, because he has seemed rather disjointed from the ongoings of Hogwarts.
Yeah, it's true.
And he did mention that he has a very different path that he's taking in order to try and end the war. So that makes sense in my mind.
Right. Okay.
We could also just straight up ask these questions to these people because we know these people and we're friends with these people, and maybe talking to them about it and having witnessed everything and being very specific will get them to tell us the truth upon questioning them. Because I don't want, I don't go. That's true. I don't want to go about this hostilely.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, this house has tried to kill us a few times, but not as
I think that
as like what am I trying to say? Not as hard as it could have.
Oh. Well,
you're thinking about maybe this
pretty
isn't
scary.
Well, you're thinking about maybe this isn't nefarious. Okay, that
Gregory
works into that.
Yes, Franz.
Your father had his time turner when we left Diagon Alley, correct?
Yeah, he showed it to me.
Alright.
You piecing together a theory that you don't want to share?
He disobeyed you and went into the little catacomb anyway. Or
Deliberately
little
disobeyed
in-between area. And he says...
Well, I said cautiously, as long as being cautious.
Okay, let's
he
follow him in there.
disobeyed you by jumping in there and dancing.
Oh my god, I'm so mad now.
He points on the wall, and there are little hooks. And there are 3 time turners hanging on hooks.
3?
Oh man, I knew
The
there
ministry's
was a time
going to
puzzle
hear
going
about
on
this.
Here. I knew there was a time puzzle.
Me
'cause
too.
None of that made sense earlier.
Me
The
too.
fact that we know spells, so we are okay. We know spells. That's very telling. We are. I think we are our future selves.
Okay. I buy that.
I think we are playing our future selves right now.
John's skinny. It took him a long time to get here.
Yeah. Oh, oof, yeah. Maybe John's just skinny in the future. Who knows?
No, it took him a long time.
As you guys are voicing these thoughts, I will now come in as Franz and help speak the theory.
Okay.
We know spells that we have forgotten since first year, using apparently the textbooks that have been lying around and somehow remembering them from past times we've gone through this house. John has sought us out. Who knows how long it took him to get here from Hogwarts, and he's thin as a result.
Yes.
The weather is different. The temperature is different. The sun is setting faster.
It's a different season.
Parts of it are familiar to us, and I knew where certain threats are, and I knew how to kill a banshee when I've never fought much in my life. How long have we been here?
I don't know. This is so creepy.
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Okay.
I'm happy.
I'm glad. The music stopped.
Yes, because I don't want an ad to go like, do you need life insurance?
You already have all these kinds of insurance, but you need this too. I get those in the mail a lot. I don't know. I don't know that I need it. Who's gonna get stuff if I die, Keo?
Just so there's not a lot of dead space in the or silence in the recording.
We wouldn't want that.
I just want to say that when plots stories use time travel as a mechanic, it blows my fucking mind. It's really hard for me to keep things straight.
Me too.
So I have a feeling that I'm not going to be of much help in terms of solving anything. That's just a weakness that I have.
Okay, well.
However, I just want to throw it out there.
Okay.
However, I don't know what triggered us going to a different timeline. Going through the flu powder after chasing, not chasing, but the flu network that was set up in Hogwarts. I don't know if that flu network specifically like altered time in some way. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around
Right, I mean,
like what caused us to go back in time.
So remember, we're trapped in
Or in the future.
someone
or
else's
whatever.
time turner activities, perhaps.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know exactly how that works in the Harry Potter
That's baffling, man. Hello, Tommy.
Hello.
That was
Did you overhear what I said?
Potty break.
I said that when time travel is used as a mechanic in the storyline, plot, whatever, it blows my fucking mind. Generally. So I don't think I'm going to be able to correctly piece things together. It is a struggle that I have. I don't think it's me being dumb. It's just me being very distracted in terms of like trying to piece stuff together because I get really hyper focused on like a few things and I tend to overlook other things.
And that's fine.
So that's just where I'm at right now.
Okay.
I have a lot of information in my head and I'm just like,
yeah. So,
although I do agree that we need to leave, and I don't know what triggered the different timeline. Obviously, I want to think, it was when we went through the flu network in Hogwarts.
I mean, that's what
but that's not a time turn. It's a flu network. So I'm confused as to why we're in a different timeline.
So I'm going to imagine that all this is said aloud.
Oh yeah, my character's definitely thinking out loud right now.
So that Franz would say, what do we remember? What is the first thing that we remember after passing through the fireplace in Hogwarts?
Being in a field.
Yeah, weren't we in a graveyard?
We were outside the mansion looking up from the outside. We were just beyond the front porch. Driveway was out back. And there were dongs. There were loud, thrumming dongs like a giant clock.
Yeah.
Dong.
And a light coming from the top of the mansion through the windows.
Okay, yeah. I remember that.
If we are in a time loop... Actually, now that I think about it, the same coloration of that light matches the cover from the dining room.
Okay. Okay.
If time magic... Every school of magic has a different coloration depending on the magical energy that stems from the wand.
This is very useful information.
And therefore, if it is time magic that we are messing with, and he even will grab a time turner and show you the sand inside the time turner is the same color.
Okay.
And he says, that means this mana is being affected by time magic.
Okay.
Which is the stuff of the Department of Mysteries. Your father's department.
Got it. Could be my father doing all this.
But why on earth would he trap his son in a mana?
I have no idea.
I know. I'm
Maybe
surprised
he wants to
nobody's
show
come
me
for
something.
us at this point.
Look.
We're just students.
I am most distressed because if we have been in here for any longer than a day, that means people believe that we are likely missing.
Also true.
Our families probably think that we're kidnapped or worse.
Well, yeah, we need to get out. 100%.
We don't look any different, though. Like, you haven't grown any more facial hair. We don't look thinner. We don't feel starving. So either we're eating every day, depending on how long we've been here, we're shaving every day, or something is keeping us in a stasis.
Okay. Yeah.
Physically.
We'll pop back and it'll be in 5 minutes, like Narnia.
Like the exploding table. that's kept in stasis.
Yes.
It's a loop.
Strange.
Do you think that's why
Curious.
we're annoyed?
Very curious.
I believe now that the sound of the door opening is coming from somewhere in here, and the door is on a loop.
I 100% agree.
I missed my music.
Ads.
That explains that would explain why we get annoyed every time we hear that. Like that could symbolize the beginning of the loop.
Or I think it's just our brain going, will you shut up?
Oh yeah.
Will
so.
you shut up?
Okay.
I believe that we will not find answers here.
This
by ruminating,
is
we need to find
this
who's
is
put us
fun.
here.
This is fun times. I would like to examine the rest of the room with the 3 time turners.
Unfortunately, there's nothing else. Not in here.
It's just like a
However,
little closet to store those.
Give me a cunning check to see if you see anything else that is hidden.
Me too, or just him?
You as well, madam.
4.
I'm not a madam, I'm not married. 11!
And he rolled an 18.
Oh.
I kind of hate that Franz keeps getting the
Why?
cunning things.
Yeah.
Your group cunning check.
It's the problem of having an NPC in the party.
Yeah, believes that because there was an entrance here, maybe there's an exit elsewhere. And there is kind of a natural concavity in the opposite wall that does awkwardly push forward into this room. The very room that you jumped out of.
Oh.
But you were so eager to get away from the sound of people coming, you didn't look around.
No, I did not.
What do?
I look around.
You enter the large rectangular room, and you notice that probably at one point this was a study. Now, it's horrifying.
Oh god.
Because the paintings on the walls that once had people like keenly painted as like Unis Honest characters are now literally hanging out of the paintings. They are charcoal black and decaying. They are physical bodies out of their portraits.
What the fuck?
The ground is covered with a sludgy black type of ooze. Not everywhere, but kind of like roots coming down from the walls and like staining the carpet. In the very middle, and there's the window that you jumped out of. Right in the middle of the room is an archway that Jenny would recognize as similar to, not the same, similar to the archway in the death chamber in the Department of Mysteries.
I don't like it, killed my husband.
It is a dark, slender archway, and there does seem to be kind of a shimmeriness between the arch points.
Alright, so guys, don't
And there's
walk
a
through that.
door on the other side of the room.
Stay away from that thing, guys.
I don't.
You wouldn't know.
Oh.
No, I don't. I have never imagined someone or a depiction of someone in a painting or picture actually having a form, dying,
Yeah, that's real
and
gross.
hanging out of the picture frame, and the fact that they're like decaying or charcoal colored and stuff was such a wonderful imagery. I mean, it's dark, but I've never thought of that before. I've never had that thought, and it was
Nope.
very nice.
Take it.
I don't like it.
It's very descriptive. Oh, I hate it, but it's very descriptive and something
Yes.
I haven't actually thought about before,
No.
and I love it.
I don't think of things like this.
John is vibrating in your arms, but not with purring. Like, he's so uncomfortable that he's, like, rejecting being in here.
Uh-oh. So let's get out of here, probably.
Sure. There's a door on the other side.
Should I? We should try to go upstairs, right?
I was gonna say we can go either way. We can go back through the bedroom, or we can go through this room.
And you can easily go around this little archway.
Yeah.
I don't know that I want to go through this room, honestly.
I'm totally okay with going back through the bedroom because we can
Yep,
go back through the bedroom and go down the hallway.
Yep.
Let's do that.
Yep.
Let's do that.
Yep.
Alright.
Screw this room.
You go back. You go back through the mysterious bedroom that had all the robes and pictures. Do you do anything else in this room before you depart from it?
No.
Just to make absolutely sure, I want to do things like check under the bed, like little nooks and crannies that could easily be glossed over.
Under the bed are no fewer than 12 pairs of shoes of different sizes and different qualities. The light post works, or lamp post. The notes you see are detailed schedules of different students.
It's so cool.
Creepy.
Yeah. Again, I don't want to take anything. Let's make a mental note of all this. And let's go upstairs.
Yep. I quite agree, old bean.
You leave this room, and on your way back through this hallway, actually not back, you didn't go down this hallway, you go towards this staircase here, and this line that I'm drawing my finger on right now, that wall has a long, horizontal, long-ass tapestry sewn into the wall of a family tree.
Oh, whose family tree?
It's hard to tell because it's so it's so long that, and it's also faded in spots. Like some names are actually like further towards the end, like the newer age, like now generation. It's written in gold, like nice curvy golden writing. Those older, in past generations, seem to have faded to gray. The
names that stand out.
The names that you look at seem to change as generations pass because of marriages and because like women are born then remarried and yada yada yada.
Stupid women.
Just kidding. You see Jeffrey Flagel, you see Jenny Peters, you see so
don't say my last name.
You see Tommy, and then you look near the end, and Franz stops and points and actually like pokes a name near the very end, like of the newest generation. And he says, "That's my grandfather's name."
What was your
It's
grandfather's
good timing
name?
on the music.
Enric.
Oh, like that bedroom that had
What
Enric.
bedroom?
There's a bedroom a little bit down and to the right that says Enric on the nameplate on the door.
My grandfather disappeared from our family in the middle of my young childhood. And we never found him. And he looks back at the tapestry and follows the roots down to the very end. And there is a wife, and there are no children.
What? Well, this thing's inaccurate. What a piece of shit.
Franz is disturbed. And without saying anything, he will head towards the bedroom that you've pointed out.
I'm following him in case there's something.
Well, we are
evil.
examining this matter in a possible time loop back before his parents were born.
That's true. Let's follow him to
So
the
we
bedroom.
are simultaneously in the future and the past.
We are our future selves examining something from the past, I think.
You're keeping up. You're good.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, after all
He
that bullshit.
rushes straight to the door that you pointed out, which is conveniently right across the mini hallway. So it's this room, which is right across the hall from the room you told everyone you didn't want to go through.
Right.
So if you had gone through, you would arrive right here. That's not a blame, I'm just pointing out that's where you are positionally, okay?
Yeah, just a location thing, yeah.
You head to that door, and he sees the panel, he sees the nameplate, and it says, Enric. And he just stares at it. And he, like, shakes his head, and he opens it, and the door is unlocked. And he pushes it open, and you can, even from, like, your vague distance, and you can see it, and as you approach, it's brighter. The same coloration of the light from the pale blue, slightly purple, slightly white, is coming through the doorway. And Franz steps through, and I imagine you guys do too?
Yes.
Oh, I'm examining out of the bedroom through the doorway.
I'm going with him.
Because this is his moment.
So you guys
Sadly.
see there is a bed, a grand bed, right in the middle of the room. Which, by the way, bad feng shui. But
Who cares?
you see a veil similar to the type of veil that was the violet veil downstairs.
Yes.
But this one is slightly bowed. Like, it comes down narrow from the ceiling and then bows out to encompass the entire bed. And the bed frame, like, it's kind of turned opposite you. So it's pointing towards the opposite wall, which is also a wall of windows, looking outside. So Franz will very slowly walk around and just stop. And look down. And, like, seem like he's on the verge of either crying, shouting, collapsing. You're not sure.
I wish to console my friend.
You go to him. And he says, "You've never met him because he's been here the whole time."
Oh God.
The two of you will look over,
God.
controlling your characters.
Yes.
There is a dead body in the bed. Very obviously dead due to the position, the rigor mortis, and the awful expression on their face. It looks like they may have been poisoned, but you can't quite tell. They're older. And yet, with the time bubble around them, they could have been dead for decades. But their body preserved.
Do you know about how old Enric would be around the time that he vanished in your childhood?
Near young 70s?
Does he look to be about in the 70s?
Yeah.
Should we cover him?
I'm going to give him a moment,
Yeah, me too.
and I'm going to examine the rest of the room.
Me too.
You will turn around and witness. You'll witness a table. You'll see a long table with a bottle of fire whiskey, a cutting board, a dagger, limes, cups. Hey, Cody. You'll see a wardrobe, a desk. Back on the other side of the room, Aaron, you'll see that there are hanging plants from the ceiling that are very much dead. And walls of books that were... There's fewer books in here probably than in any other room. It's a very bookish manner. This one is quite empty of books, but there are bookshelves.
I'm going to test something. Am I able to identify the dead plants?
Give me an herbology check.
18 plus 6.
You can tell that they're all devil's snare.
Okay, the maze. Got it.
No, that was venomous tentacula. Devil's snare is the type that hates light and will choke any that come within its grasp, like a Venus flytrap, sort of.
I could have sworn... I know that we were chased by the venomous... I want to say there was another time that we were being chased by mines.
Maybe. Devil Snare is the one that's in Harry Potter 1 during the trial. Yeah.
And it's all Devil Snare.
Yeah. The 3 pots hanging are all just deceased Devil Snare.
So bizarre. I'd just like to test another thing. I would like to see if Herbivicus would work on one.
Okay.
Herbivicus. They cast.
You are able to restore one to partial life, and it starts to stiffen and refill with some sort of water, some sort of life-giving fluid. And it twitches as you are pointing your wand at it, therefore extending your hand towards it, therefore closing proximity. It twitches in the approximation of where you are.
If it's like some type of a channel, I stop channeling that energy, and I cast Lumos at it.
You end Herbivicus, and it maintains its
Growth.
growth. You shine Lumos, and it almost instantly decays.
Now I know I can do that. It's cool.
Very cool.
I was curious about that. What devil snare? It's weird.
Because this place is full of...
Horrors.
Yes. Many horrors. Dark and full of terrors.
So this just looks like... I don't even know if the bed is supposed to be in this room. It could have been brought here by whatever time loop that is. Because it was unfeng shui, so it tells me that it doesn't belong. And it's facing a weird direction. And there's like a bar with devil snare. This doesn't seem like a bedroom.
Jenny, give me a cunning check.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, bro. Son of a bitch. Did not mean to
It
do
just
that.
bounced off my foot.
Sorry.
I'm gonna kick it to you. Boink.
Cody. Where's your boy? Come here. Come here. Good boy. Here's our Cody's. Here's our Cody's.
Oh, Cody has a smile on his face.
Okay.
Jeez,
Oh, fuck. I rolled a 2.
Oof. Cody.
A
Can
nat 2.
Your turn.
For cunning?
Yes.
Oh, shit. 14.
You find a pair of dragon hide gloves. You can wear them.
How much more beneficial are they than my regular? Actually, I don't have gloves.
Nope.
Do they seem to be magical?
No, but they are magical in the sense that they can protect you from some physical dangers with your hands. They naturally give you +1 to defense.
I love that. I will put them on. And I also believe that these gloves are used to handle the devil snare. It's interesting.
Well,
And actually, you said fire whiskey. I wonder if the fire whiskey has some type of a weird interaction with devil snare.
I want to drink some.
You may if you want.
I drink some.
You're not old enough, silly.
4. Well,
There are no
who
teachers
knows?
about. And you, with that 4, I'll say
no.
you pour a glass, but you pour a lot.
Who knows how old I am in this universe, anyway.
Dragon hide gloves, +1 defense,
Glug.
nothing else.
Do you drink?
Bottoms up, yes.
You take a hearty swig, and instantly spit half of it out.
Oh, God.
Because it's super hot. like Fireball.
Oh.
Like imagine that, okay?
It's really cinnamony in my nostrils.
And you swallow and your throat burns.
John's like, meow.
But your spit
Spittle.
knocks your friend Franz out of his reverie a bit, and he looks over
Sorry, Franz.
and he
I'm
says,
an idiot. What can I say?
"Can I have some?"
Yes, of course. There you go. I pour him some. It's very hot, though.
He just downs it straight.
Okay. Cool guy.
I was going to offer to put some cactus juice or some passion fruit in it to maybe cool the effects a little bit, but I guess Franz is a badass.
You win some, you lose some.
Do you want some, Gregory?
I'm good. I think we should all be very sober right now.
All right.
I'm going to examine
Teetotaler.
the walls, see if there's any other paintings or anything in this room.
There are absolutely 0 paintings in this room.
Does this room seem to be oddly barren and not have anything in it? And everything
No.
seems kind of out of place, like it doesn't belong here?
Sort of.
Like a catch-all kind of room?
Let me say, give me a true check with advantage, and we'll see what you can deduce. You two Jenny. I'm not going to have Franz roll this time.
15.
3.
And roll again.
18.
Nice. You guys can easily tell that this room does stand out on its own in many ways, because there are attempts at plant growth in here, which there has not been that in any other room. The walls are relatively barren of books, which is different than any other room. There's a fucking time bubble in here, which is different than any other room. And there's a dead body, which is not unique. But, and finally, you notice that the chair that your friend collapsed into was there to begin with. And it was positioned towards the bed, as if it was a caregiver, or a well-wisher, or somebody who sat there. What you notice is that, imagining that this room was meant to be here, it was set up the way it was and on purpose, meaning he, Enric, probably lived in here. If Enric lived here, he was different than the rest of the family. In a variety of personality traits, or what he cared about, or what he wanted to keep in his business space, whoever. Beyond that, you do not get the impression that it's like the miscellaneous room. No.
Just different. Is there anything that's not dusty in here?
The fire whiskey, the limes, the dagger. That's pretty much it. And the chair that Franz is occupying now.
That keeps coming up at good points. The music.
Yeah. I want to get to the top.
Yeah, me too. Let's go. Sorry, not to be rude. But...
Whoever is the master of this house put a time bubble around my grandfather. He did not have a picture of me. And if we're following the theory that whoever this is using polyjuice potion to impersonate students, he is not impersonating me. And while I'm fine with that, I'm confused why he has my family here.
I think he's targeting
and is
you.
not becoming me.
Right. Maybe
This doesn't make sense.
it's like a target on your back. He's using these.
Do you
people to
remember
get
the
at
centaur from the Forbidden Forest?
You. Yes.
He hated me.
Yes.
I still don't know why. And I feel like he's not the only one. But maybe I'm just being oversensitive. I want to get to the top. And find out what's going on.
Us too.
That is so bizarre. Alright.
So
What?
I get out of my pondering, pensive face, if you will.
Pensive.
Pensive. And yeah, let's
Pixie
go ahead and leave the
pescador.
room, immediately turn right, and then immediately left and go up the stairs.
You do so. And just there, you see once again the tapestry of the family tree that's caused all this immediate drama.
Mm-hmm.
You pass by the room that you know has all the dead portraits within. You climb the stairs. You ascend to the third level of the manor. And as soon as you reach the top of the stairs, you are blocked by a wall of magical energy similar to the Violet Veil. However, this one is ticking.
Uh-oh.
Because out of the wall, there is an impression of a clock that's ticking gradually. Not down, but forward, like it's just a clock keeping time. And the time that it's projecting is around 4:10 in the evening.
And that's on the veil?
In the veil.
In the veil.
It's impressionable. Yeah. Franz impatiently reaches out to push it and realizes as his fingers kind of grip into it, he can move the hands of the clock.
Oh, son of a bitch. That's interesting. How many times did the bell bong when we first got here?
Give me a memory check.
12.
I want to say it was 12. Change it to midnight, Franz.
Midnight or noon?
Is there an AM or PM toggle on it?
If this is 4 p.m. displaying our accurate time right now, I can reel it back to noon or forward to midnight.
Oh, I see what your question is. It was dark when we arrived, so midnight.
It was lunch.
It was lunch? I thought it was dark.
You
Why
guys,
on earth was that light on? That's so strange.
you guys arrived. You interrupted your day at Hogwarts right.
Oh,
right.
right. But I thought we. Actually, that's actually probably right because we would have immediately questioned if it was nighttime. Looking back. Okay, go back 4 hours to noon.
Okay. He reels back 4 ticks, and then just as the minute and the hour are going straight up, as it ticks over, the veil fades.
Oh, shit.
He looks at you and says, "Nice."
Yeah.
Both of you receive 1,000 XP
Woo, baby.
Not bad
That
for
is
somebody
for
who's
friggin' hot.
not
for
good.
Dungeon Precipice completion.
Oh, I'm also very close to leveling. I'm within less than 900 experience. Fabulous.
Yeah, you and me both, brother.
That makes me very happy.
Really?
Makes me very, very happy. Because I always like getting new spells. New spells make me happy in this game. It's like it unlocks a whole other thing that I can do in situations. You know, it's like
I'm going to drive the bus into the end of session.
Wheels on the bus.
I actually really like that because it's after 10 o'clock and I open tomorrow.
Okay.
So please,
I'm
So this
not
will
working
be-
tomorrow.
This will be a small cutscene before the end of session.
sure.
You guys hear the pittering of rain against the very top of the manor because you are near the top of the manor now. There are vaulted windows, as there always have been at the end of this hall, because you're looking down a hall. There is only 2 doors in this hallway, midway down on your left and right. As you make your way down, hearing the pitter-patter of rain going ever louder, and you look left, the doors open, and it's a grand bedroom that looks dusty as hell, like completely ignored. Nobody lives there. And you ignore it. You turn around and look at the door to your right. And you're humming as your hands almost all at the same time extend out to push it just open. Knowing somehow you don't even need to open it with the lever, that it will open at your will.
Like we've opened the door before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
And the 3 of you push it open, knowing full well what's on the other side,
Hogwarts.
but not understanding what you see.
Oh.
You look out into one of the bigger rooms of this entire manor, vaulted ceiling leading up to yet a 4th level of just a balcony. On this floor, on this ground that you're on right now, there's Bert and Ernie and Bert, whatever, standing there in front of you,
Bernie!
looking nervous as hell, like kind of knitting their own fingers together, like sidling left and right, chancing a look back over their shoulder and see deeper into the room. This room is only lit by a few candles and a fireplace immediately to your right, lit with blue-white flame. And in the blue-white flame, you see a figure across the way, leaning over a desk, and I'm going to actually animate it for you guys.
Oh, God.
Approximately your height, and they're
Aaron?
leaning over, and as Ernie says, Master,
Oh, we found the fucker.
the master does this.
Saw, dude.
Day in and day out, huh? And you're looking at Briar Kane.
What? Uh-oh.
End of session.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
Oh, that was.
Oh.
I had 2 guesses. That was one of my guesses.
Oh my god. I didn't have any guesses. I didn't have enough time to guesses. Oh my
He
god.
said day in, day out.
Oh
He
my
says,
god.
he shrugged like it's no big deal,
Hmm.
then said, day in, day out, huh?
That's what we call a twist.
It's good. It's good. He did the, like, we can see, like,
You can
even
see-
where we were facing his back, for the audio capture, we can see that he, like, touched his face
You can
around
s-
his mouth.
Yes.
And
You
then
can
put his
see
arms
that
down.
he's touching his cheeks, his chin, his lips, nose area, looks down at his hands, his palms then back, touches one more time, and then slowly turns back around to you guys.
He's making sure that the party just wore off.
Or that it worked.
Oh.
Because, oh no, Aaron likes Briar, so that'd be really
the master is Briar Kane, but it could be somebody else impersonating Briar Kane. Love it. Oh, that's cool.
I take care of the place while the master
Because it could
is
totally
away.
be either or. We don't know.
Torgo.
It could
It could totally be either or.
It could be.
I'm very, very
Boom.
willing and inclined to believe it is Briar Kane, making sure that the probably just wore off.
Never.
But
Yeah.
I really like the idea of someone posing to be Briar Kane as the master. That's cool. Either way.
Yeah, it's cool either way, bro.
It's like so cool either
Holy
way, bro.
shit, but what is it? Which is it? Which is it?
A little over 2 hours. Super. You want to say goodbye?
No.
Thank
I'm
you
not
for
ready.
watching, listening, experiencing all these last 2 hours.
Boom.
We'll see you next week at the conclusion of Dartmoor Manor.
Dartmoor.
Bye-bye!
Bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.